What is up, everybody? So today we are going to be doing this live a little bit different. Before the tracks that are for the live show, I'm going to talk a little bit about them, what they mean to me now, because I talked about them before, but I'm just gonna talk about how I feel about it. I've told you guys the story, but I'm gonna talk to you guys personally what I think about the tracks. And Angels with Wings is the first track. It is obviously the first. No, it was not the first single for the album Angels with Wings. Obviously, Angels with Wings, the track is from the album Angels with Wings, and that track really does hold a lot. It is about my grandpa. Um, it really does hold a lot to me. I love it, and I don't think I will ever stop loving it. Do I get tired of it? Yeah, sometimes I do get tired of it. I'm not gonna lie, but it's still one of my favorite beats. It just every time it comes on, I have to listen to it, and it's not because it's like for my grandpa. It's just because personally I do think it's beautiful. It's a beautiful fucking beautiful 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 fucking track. um and it's up there with some of the recent ones too, and a couple more on the album. It's just a beautiful track, and here it is. Man, I remember like as I was making that track, dude, the fucking goosebumps. Even listening to it, before I put it out, because I listened to it one last time, and I haven't listened to it. And keep in mind, this is like back in 21. I listened to it, and I got goosebumps. When I made it, I had goosebumps. And I listened to it one more time before I had it for I don't know, preview, like for when you're about to show something on YouTube. But it was like up for like a couple of months. um I think it was like up for like 2 months, and I haven't listened to it in 2 months. And I remember that Thanksgiving, it was like halfway through Angels with Wings, and I was like, oh shit, here, let me listen to this again. And I got the exact same feeling that I got when I made it. And I'm not gonna lie, sometimes I still do. Sometimes I still see where I made it and how I made it, and how I came up with the idea on how I want this certain track to sound, and I nailed it perfectly. This next track is called The Abyss, and what The Abyss really means to me is, kind of like a downward spiral of just darkness, really. I mean, that's what it is to me, at least that's what I think it's about. Um, The Abyss was actually going to be changed around a little bit. It had a alternate album cover. It had like an alternate like layout for like the track list. The Abyss track was not going to be the first track. It was going to be the last track. Then Hellbound was going to be the first one. But then those two got flipped, and I was like, all right, well, let's see if I can flip this again. So then I flipped The Abyss and Unhinged together, and I was like, no, that just looks weird. And I feel like I want to, do the same thing with, like, the first track be the name of the album. And that's what the last 3 albums have done. And I'm going to keep that going because I kind of like that. It's an easy starter. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, it might feel like a cop out, but I don't give a fuck. It just fits. It's really good. It's a nice track. I remember making it, and I was like, damn, wow, this is gonna be fucking sick. And here it is, The Abyss. What The Abyss did to me, the reason why it had the reaction that it did, like, whoa, like this is fucking crazy, is because when you listen to it, and I even said this in the podcast, that when you listen to it, you can hear Angels with Wings, just a tiny bit, because it was used with the same sample with Angels with Wings, and I also did that intentionally, just as another callback to Angels with Wings, because at that time, it was really just starting to, blow up, and I thought that was going to be the only thing that really blew up, so I was like, here, let me just kind of, put, like, a bit of that in this track, get you thinking of Angels with Wings, so while you're listening to this track, you'll want to go listen to Angels with Wings, listen to that, you'll be listening to Angels with Wings, come back to The Abyss, be like, oh, damn, like, sounds the same, then you're going to want to listen to the rest of The Abyss to see if you can hear Angels with Wings. And I mean, it worked, but not for that reason. It was really mind-blowing, real shit. It was really mind-blowing to see that The Abyss did as crazy as it did, like, people love it, it's crazy. It's really insane what I did, because I always thought that Angels with Wings was going to be my best track and my best album, but no, The Abyss, and I hate to say it, but I also fucking love to say it, The Abyss just hit Angels with Wings right out the fucking park, like it didn't even exist, which is crazy, really crazy. But they're both always going to have the number one spot in my heart, but for different reasons. This next track is called Hourglass, off the album Hourglass, and this track Hourglass actually has a lot of meaning behind it, and this is kind of like the first I've really talked about it, because I haven't got down to doing the podcast about the album yet, what it means, so it's cool giving like a little sneak peek insider look here, but Hourglass is kind of like, well, it's pretty self-explanatory, it's like an hourglass, it's time ticking, and the whole album tells a story of, who are you going to be, the start of it, it's like, it's easy to be an asshole, it's easy to, like, have that inner beast, have that inner lion, come out, be an asshole. It's easy to do that. but the hourglass, it's ticking. It's slowly running out of time, and I look at the hourglass as life. Do you want to fucking waste your whole fucking time just being an asshole, or do you want to change yourself? Do you want to help yourself and not be a fucking asshole and have everybody hate you? And that's what I look at the hourglass, really. And with that, it's the past as well, and it really says that in the music video. The hourglass is breaking, and you see all like the music videos that have been on the albums and shit in one music video, which is another callback, kind of like what I did with The Abyss with Angels with Wings, but now it's just calling back everything, which I think is really cool, and I hope you guys do too. Here is Hourglass. What Hourglass really did to me is I kind of also used it like with my life. I decided to stop being a fucking asshole when I need to be. Well, what I mean by that is I'm only an asshole when I need to be. Now I don't really try to be an asshole. Like I don't want people to hate me, but I know people are going to hate me either way. So it kind of gets into a weird, like, I don't give a fuck, but there's so many levels of not giving a fuck that I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? I know you know what I'm saying. I don't know how I said that. But, Hourglass, the album itself, I really can relate to a lot, and I can't wait to start doing the podcast. The podcast is actually going to start officially after these live shows. We only have one more after this, so yeah, man, that's why we're doing something a little special. Anyway, speaking of Hourglass, the album, we are going to do Goodbye and Farwell and Arms. Hope you enjoy. What Goodbye, Farewell, and Arms means to me, what it did to me. It's kind of, saying goodbye to, like, this chapter, and there's been multiple chapters. There's been the Flyway and well, first of all, there's been the EP chapters. There's been the Flyway and Paradise chapters. We've had the Angels with Wings, The Abyss, and Hourglass chapter. uh, those chapters are, time to move on. They're done, and I would like to move on. And that's what we're doing. With these next albums, man. It's gonna be really incredible, and I know that you guys are gonna love them just as much, or maybe even more, as these last three albums. But I also want to touch on where this came from. I was really, really big on listening to Johnny Three Tears' song Goodbye, Farwell, and Arms, but George the Dead Son, that's his other stage name, him, I was really big on listening to the track. I was like, I want a track named that, and I want it to have the same vibe. And I'm actually going to play the track for you, which I hope he don't mind, if he sees this, but it really inspired me, and it was just like so fucking beautiful, because I really felt it at that time, and I still do. I'm not gonna lie, I still really do. It's a beautiful ass track, and I think you should listen to it, not just here, but go over to his channel. I will leave it down. I will leave a link down in the description if it lets me. Sometimes it don't, but I will leave it down in the description to go to his channel, to go listen to it yourself, because it is fucking fantastic. Here it is. George the Dead Son, aka Johnny Three Tears, Goodbye, a Farewell, and Arms.
The wretched, the divine, somewhere between your eyes, you know that you will die, the emptiness inside, somewhere between my eyes, I know that I will die, I know. Fear the great beyond, the great unknown is gone, it was darkness all along, Do not be afraid, our shapes will always change. It's always been our fate, we go. Living on your knees, when you could part the seas. Footsteps in the sand, walking back to me. Why are you so afraid? There's nothing to fear and change. Life's temporary pain, washing us all away. Living on your knees, when you could part the seas. Footsteps in the sand, walking back to me. I'm holding on to nothing now, but I keep on holding out. I'm at the gates, let me in, the flood will come again. The wretched, the divine, somewhere between your eyes, you know that you will die, the emptiness inside, somewhere between my eyes, I know that I will die, I know. Fear the great beyond, the great unknown is gone, it was darkness all along, Do not be afraid, our shapes will always change, it's always been our fate, we go. Somewhere between your eyes, you know that you'll die, been our fate. We go.
Man, I hope you guys enjoyed the live show. I hope you guys like this little style, this little taste. Who knows, maybe there could be more live shows like this, man. I love every single fucking one of you guys. Thank you guys so much for taking the time to listen to me talk, listen to the tracks, listen to the music. I love you guys. I'll see you guys on the next one. Goodbye.